name of the company that we have formed. We will be presenting to you all the Capstone project that we put together, which is going to be Project 3. The reason why we chose Project 3 is because of we like the project as far as education, and being students, we identified well with that project. The Project 3, we set up 3 labs at a high school for technology, which will help for the education of high school students in a technical field. So I hope you enjoy this presentation as much as we enjoy putting it together.
Hey, hello everyone. This is LAT Solutions, L-A-T, and we're actually working with the Will Gates School of Technology. The very next slide that you're going to see, which is going to be our table of contents, it's just going to basically go over what the slides are in general. Next is going to be our mission statement. Now here at LAT Solutions, our mission statement is, to make technology an asset for your company, not a problem, which is very good. Now what that actually means is we won't bring your network down in the middle of the day just because it's convenient for us. We work with your business. And we strive to make technology integrate seamlessly with your company so that your business can grow. Now when your business grows, ours grows with you as well. So we try to make everything just, as easy as can be for you. Now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and introduce LAT Solutions, which is the team that is going to be working with the actual school. Me, myself, I'm the project manager, and to my left I actually have Ann Walls, which is to my extreme far left. She's a systems engineer, which she actually has over 11 years of experience. She actually oversees and develops and maintains the computer systems. To my left as well, I actually have Troy Taylor, which he actually has over 13 years experience. He's a technical consultant for the company. He provides all of the technical and project training for all of our external customers. Now, one of our, I guess you can say, mottos that we live by is we collaborate, build partnerships, increase productivity, and we develop quality performance for our customers.
I'll explain to you our network topology and what we did in designing our network for this school system. As you can see here, it's very important that we set up our cloud solutions, our settings for computers for our end users, and we'll go a little bit more into that. Fault tolerance, what we did with our servers, we'll go into that. And the whole design in our network topology for it to be strong for this school and also allow growth and expansion. Now here's our floor plan. And getting together, we decided to put together a floor plan for this particular school system that will allow our students to interact while they're learning. And it's one of the most important things when students are interacting with each other as the projects are implemented towards the students. So what we did is we went into the school system and we set up the lab so that the printers would be placed here. We also set up the projectors as well as the different systems so that this would flow through for the students to be able to get, what they need as far as their learning process. All right, so we went with a Class C network, and the reason why we went with a Class C network for the total amount of systems, we had up to 200 systems, which will allow us to have our IP address, of course, which is 192.168.64.4. There's our subnet mask, and basically what we wanted to do is allow room for growth and expansion for the future. Is maybe this particular project will go to other schools which would be in the same district. So we spoke to the school system, and maybe if they wanted to expand to a Class B in the future, we could do that. But these are some of the options that we gave the Will Gates School as this technology program would be implemented as a new system in the school system.
talk a little bit about the components that we'll be using in each of the labs. We chose to implement the Lenovo desktop with a 21.5-inch Asus monitor. It is HD. We also will have Windows 7 Professional on each workstation. We will use the Intel i5 quad-core processor that just allows for faster processing times. 8 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte of hard disk space. Excuse me. Each lab will also feature dual Lexmark printers. Lexmark printers are known for their compact design and high endurance. We also will have the 3D LED projectors with the wall-mounted electrical elite screens. The projectors are also built with Wi-Fi and a digital TV tuner. Thank you, Jared. We also will have in each lab Cisco wireless access points. We will have 2 per lab. Cisco is known for their clean air technology. Also, the access points are spectrum aware, self-healing, and self-optimizing to mitigate the impact of wireless interference. As you know, there's a lot of signals going through the air, and you want to keep the wireless interference down to a minimum. We also will have the Cisco 48-port switch in each lab. Our server room will feature 3 servers. All of them will have Intel processors, Michigan Enhanced ProLine memory, Western Digital 1 terabyte hard drives. We will use the LSI Mega RAID cards. We decided to go with a RAID 5 on each server. We will have 4 disks. 3 of the disks will be striped with the information, and we'll have 1 hot spare for the parity. That way, if there's a failure, you just take the 1 drive out, pop it in, and you're back in business. Each of our servers will be contained, or the components will be contained in a Super Micro 2U chassis, and all of the chassis will go into a Norco rack cabinet. Also, we have the APC Smart UPS uninterruptible power supply. It features bi-volt, 115 and 220. There's a lot of different components that you'll be able to plug into this power supply without blowing the component. We also have a Cisco router 2900 series, and we went with this router because it's designed to evolve into cloud-based services, which later on we'll talk about some of the cloud-based services that we have implemented. Cisco routers also deliver high virtualization. We'll talk about that later on as well, as the students will be using some virtualization services. And it also maximizes your operational cost savings.
Okay, next we're going to actually talk about the software that we have installed on our computers that we have there. The first one is going to be our VMware player, which is going to be installed on all of the workstations. Now, the VMware is a web-based software. It's going to be used mainly for the students. The students are going to be able to use this software to virtually go into different computer programs that you wouldn't necessarily have access to on a daily basis. So they're going to have a chance to do all of their classwork that's required for them, and also if they need to catch up on some additional work, they're also able to access this from home. Because this software is web-based, they're able to actually go onto the internet and download it for free onto their own personal home computers. Now, we also have Windows Server 2012, which we actually installed on the servers themselves. So we do have the update, latest and greatest server software for our servers. We have AVG also installed on all of the workstations that are actually in the lab. AVG is a free download antivirus software for actually anyone to use, but that's what we actually chose to go with because it's free. It's going to protect the workstations against any type of viruses, malware, spyware, things of that nature that, you know, everyone can kind of contract on an everyday basis. So it's going to kind of keep all of the workstations clean as the students are actually saving their work to the computers. Now, as far as support, everyone needs support. We actually went with Cisco. Cisco has it's a really good reputable company. Cisco actually has a 24-hour support system. If you run into any type of technical issues, you can actually contact them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, either on their website at cisco.com, or you can contact them through a chat line that they actually have on the website. You can contact them with their phone number, or you can actually email them. So they're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in case you have any type of technical issues. We also have provided on all of the workstations Office 365. Office 365 is a web-based software. Now it actually includes email, and it also includes just a few of the Office software, which is Word, PowerPoint, Excel, OneNote, some of the things that the students are going to be using. Now the good thing is about this software, if the students do not have this software available as far as a hard copy installed themselves, and they still need to do some additional work, on their computers, they can actually access this from home because it is web-based. All they would have to do is just go in, log in, and then they're able to use Word, PowerPoint, Excel. They can save their work, they can share it, they can upload it to their email. That way when they get back to school the very next day, they have it.
For our disaster recovery plan, I talked earlier about doing RAID 5 plus a hot spare. And as I said, if your system goes down, you just take one of the hard drives out, put it in, you're back in business. But what if 2 hard drives go down? So we chose Carbonite online backup for servers. And this way it'll prevent data loss. And you'll get everything's backed up 24/7, and then you can just restore all your information, and it's business as usual.
We consider this to be the backup for the backup. Okay. We gave our client an itemized device list, which would give you all the devices that we have listed, and kind of a breakdown for them to be able to get an idea of all the different costs. The different costs we come up with, the different solutions, Cisco, the business Cisco support. So this will allow them to get an outline on what they need and what the prices will be in order for our bid that will be put in place in the job.
Okay, now what I'm going to show you guys now, this is a previous job that we actually did for another school that's located in Spokane, Washington. This is just roughly what one of the labs is actually going to look like when it's finished. And as you can see here, you see all of the workstations. The students are sitting side by side. So if they actually need some additional help and they can't reach the instructor, they can just ask one of their peers. This is all of the monitors. You have the laptops, you have the mouse, you have your projector screens, and you also have your projector in the classroom as well. So that was just kind of, a rough outline of how one of the labs is actually going to look when it's done. Okay, now this is a timeline and total for the entire project that we have with the Willgate School of Technology. During the project itself, the project started on June the 23rd, 2014, and as you can see from the actual slides, this is just going to kind of give you a rough estimate as far as the timeline that it takes to build the servers, test the servers, install the servers and the print servers, install the server rack, the cabling, all of the workstations, installing all of the software on the workstations, and testing it. During the beginning of the phase all the way down to the end of the phase, which was on August the 27th, 2014, is roughly a 68-day process. So that actually allows us enough time, because we do not work on the weekends as well, that gives us enough time throughout the weekday to come in, survey the room that we're actually going to be working with, come in, install all of the products that we need, all of the hardware, software, and then run it and test it to make sure that everything is up and running for the school the day that they actually open. So your total labor plus your total cost will actually come out to be roughly $219,412.81.
Which is quite modest and allowed us to get this particular contract.
That's the end of the presentation. This is an opportunity where you guys can ask questions and hopefully we can give you some good
I
answers.
got a couple questions. I know as far as when I was going to school and they decided to implement a computer solution for the students to be able to access their work, do everything but tests paperlessly. Did y'all not consider laptops for the students? Because we had laptops.
No, we thought about the laptops, but there seems to be an issue of a lot of theft going on with the laptops because they are portable.
And they are high school students. We want to keep in mind with high school students, their responsibility level may not permit them to be able to keep up with a laptop. So we wanted a stable solution that would allow continuous learning and security.
Yeah, and I mean, you also have to take into consideration if the laptops are going to leave the actual school, you still have to take into consideration kids are going to try to bring the laptops home, but then what if they don't have Wi-Fi at their home? And what if they don't have any type of ISP at their home? You know, so that's why we kind of chose to stay with an actual desktop. And even if the kids do not have an actual desktop or computer or any type of internet at home, they can still either go to their local library and still access, you know, the internet or access their work.
And this particular
outside of school.
This particular school will allow a program for the youth to come in through the district for weekends or Saturdays if they wanted to be able to come into the lab to brush up on their skills. And that was something we kind of submitted to them as well, so these young people could get further their education.
Yes, sir, you had a question?
Will every student get a 22-inch monitor?
It was a 21.5-inch monitor, yes. Each
Yes.
workstation does.
Nice.
Yeah,
And
each
it's high
monitor.
definition as well.
Okay, good.
And the air cards weren't considered for a wireless solution because of cost.
Well, we have worked a lot with Cisco in the past, and they're a reputable company. They have great products, and we just stick with what we know
And you
best.
said you created you used VMware so that the students will have something to remote back into to get their workstation, get the work they need. Was virtualizing apps through Citrix considered? Okay.
No, it's just with the actual school, this is a software that they chose to go with. So because it is a virtual software, and then they just chose to go with this one in particular, just the VMware.
And then were touchscreen capabilities considered for the workstations?
They were considered for the workstations. Personally, I have an HP all-in-one touchscreen, and it is only a year old, and already the touchpad is out.
That's cool that you don't consider that. And I noticed too, in your topology, you had the projector set up to the switch, so I'm assuming these were network projectors?
Yes, they are network projectors.
So the students will be able to present presentations wirelessly from their workstation.
Yes.
Connect to the projector. Very well. Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
That's it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, hold on. Go back to the.
Oh, God.
I know, right? It's like, yeah.
Your fans.
I want to make sure everybody has,
I'm just playing.
Anybody else has any questions? Okay, let's go to the device list. Can you enlarge it a little bit so I can see it? I mean, I'm not complaining, I just want to see it.
Well,
Can you enlarge it?
Honestly, it was kind of hard to enlarge
take
it.
because it was the page size or whatever.
Okay.
Because when we actually attach it here, if you enlarge it, it's gonna cut off the actual. Yeah,
Well,
it's
it's
gonna
small
cut it
on
off.
paper as well, but I mean, I can see it.
What was that?
Yeah, I mean, well, no.
Microsoft Office.
What does it say?
What, Office 365?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to buy it.
Well, this is for, it's only like $3.95 per student per month.
Yeah, so you have to take into consideration how many.
So this is per month?
No,
No, that's for,
I think that's the education edition because it's like it's $450 a month. It's for faculty and staff.
$250 per student and $450 per faculty or staff.
Oh, come on.
So I think it was the actual education licensing
Yeah.
that it was for
There is
that
something-
particular edition.
Okay, something not makes sense for that.
I have to pull it up. I
That
don't
was like
remember
the
how it looked.
number of units, and that was Office 365, right?
Yeah,
That's per student, probably.
because it's going on all
How
of
many
the,
students do we have?
all of the workstations.
Okay, so that's way more than, I mean, the price should be way, okay.
Okay. Maybe
So
one
labor,
there.
labor, you have 5 people, right?
Yes. You got two, that's it.
Okay, 5 people for 2.5 or 9 weeks.
It's a 12-week job,
Is it
based
3
on
months?
40 hours a week.
28 days, so that's 2 months and some
Okay,
days.
how much labor did you have? Just the labor.
The total cost,
Total cost.
Just the labor, yes,
48,000.
48,000.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
12 weeks.
And that's, considered temps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I still have one more question. Can I have your attention, guys? Can you go back to the network?
Topology.
Wow. Hold on, I wrote some notes in here.
We're not gonna be the only ones being challenged.
I know. I was
Guaranteed.
challenging y'all because I know y'all a good group, and I know y'all have an answer. That's why.
Okay, go to the network information.
But yeah, good.
Oh, yes. The IP address, subnet mask,
Yes.
ranges.
Okay. Just looking at it doesn't make sense to me, guys. What do you think?
The ranges? Are you looking for the ranges and the
Yeah.
different
The
subnets?
whole thing, you tell me.
You want all the ranges? I mean, having the
I
ranges.
mean, the network ID, correct me if I'm wrong, Troy and everybody else, 192.168.62.0, right?
And then you have IP addresses 4.
But then you have a subnet mask of 255.255.255.254.
And it should be 0.
Well, if we're starting with the network ID, I see where you're coming from.
Right.
Okay.
So that will allow only for 2 users.
I got you.
Ooh.
I got it.
Right?
0.
Okay.
All students are
Supposed to be
suspended.
0.
I'm saying, now that I'm thinking about it, because I remember when you did the thing over here.
Yeah.
I want to
go swimming.
Yeah.
We're the new ones.
I didn't
That's why I only got it.
Okay, so it should be 0.
a 0.
Okay.
I should have caught that.
None of us did. We're so nervous about
Yeah.
doing this.
All right.
Any other questions, Mr.
Yes,
Marie?
yes. One more.
But shake it.
On slide number 4, please.
Okay.
Slide number
We're going
Slide
slide
number 4.
Slide number 4.
1,
The
2, the team.
team.
Yes.
You know what else?
Yeah.
That is very good picture.
Oh,
Is that what we're talking about?
yeah, he said it's very good.
This is one actually on my LinkedIn. You can
Yeah, this is everyone's LinkedIn pictures, so that's where I kind of snatched them from.
That's very good.
Yeah.
That was last year.
Troy, you look sharp.
Thank you.
So nice, Ken.
Everybody else.
And you look adorable.
That picture got me.
Thank you very much.